Hi, it's the Masterful Living Coach here. My name is Schumann. I'm a career and life coach and author of the book Falling in Love with Your Job. Today, I'm going to talk to you about financial independence. And don't worry, I'm not going to advise you on how to get it. I haven't got it. I am certainly not the guy to advise you. I want to explore with you why people want financial independence. Seems a silly question? Well, quite a few of my clients work very hard to gain financial independence, and some of them even burn themselves out. So it seems like a prudent thing to stop and ask ourselves, why bother? What is so important about financial independence? A very superficial answer would be to earn money. But the thing is, we never really want money just for the sake of it. We want money for what it gives us, whether this is status, security, a nice lifestyle, or something else. When I ask my clients what they want financial independence for, a few of them tell me it is to have freedom. That's another interesting statement, and it opens another interesting question. Freedom to do what? In the same way that we don't want money just for the sake of money, we also don't want freedom just for the sake of freedom. We want freedom for what it allows us to do. And the answer to that question is really insightful. Let me illustrate this with two examples from clients. One is a woman who works in a bank, and she had the dream of becoming financially independent and gaining celebrity status, to the ultimate goal to become an ambassador for good causes. In the same way like many Hollywood stars do this now, they use their personal brand to lobby for a good cause. That's obviously a very noble ambition. And I ask her, well, since this seems to be important to you, and financial independence is still quite far off for you, how about exploring how you can do some of these things already now without the money and without the celebrity status? And she looked at me and asked, well, but how? I mean, I first need to have the money. I first need to be well known so that I have any influence in society. And I asked her, well, really? Could you maybe already have a Facebook group where you assemble people who share the same interest, and you discuss projects and you lobby for a good cause? She said, yeah, I could do this. Could you start posting about a social cause on social media, share information? Yeah, I could do this. Could you have your own blog dedicated to a social cause? Yeah, I could do that. Could you write to politicians? Yeah, I could do that. There were all those things that she could actually do. And you may think, well, but it's not very powerful if you are not famous and if you aren't wealthy. But here's a recent example that tells us, no, that's actually not required. On the island of Bali in Indonesia, there are these two schoolgirls who managed to persuade the government to ban plastic bags. They had no money, they had no celebrity status, but they were concerned about what plastic bags did to their island. And they set up a lobbying group, and they were successful in persuading the government to pass a law that bans plastic bags. That's a huge social impact with no financial means. When I talked to my client about these examples and we explored all the things that she could do, she realized that actually she didn't need the financial security, she didn't need the financial independence or the celebrity status. She could get started right away. Let's have a look at another example. A male client of mine is a lawyer working in a law firm and working extremely hard in a job that he really resents. He tells me he feels trapped in it, like in a cage. But he wants to continue this job to ultimately gain that financial independence. So as you can imagine, I asked him, okay, what is the financial independence for? And again, he told me it is to gain freedom. And I asked him, freedom to do what? His answer was, well, with the freedom, I could spend more time with my friends, do more traveling, have more time for my hobbies. And most of all, I would feel calm, peaceful, and happy. This is one of those few examples where I actually choose to be quite directional in my coaching. And I told my client, well, it seems to me that what's in the way between you and having those things is your job. You told me your job is like a cage. You feel trapped. It is the job that prevents you from having freedom. If you weren't in a job that burned you out, where you had better working hours, you could travel more, you could spend more time with your family, you could pursue your hobbies, and you would feel more peaceful, calm, and happy. This is a classic. Very often we cling to a job because we think it eventually will get us things in the future, although actually the job is in the way of us having those things. There is, of course, nothing wrong with striving for financial independence. All I'm recommending here is, first of all, make sure that your path that you've chosen for financial independence is one that you actually enjoy, that is inspiring and exciting, and you love what you do. And secondly, have a think about the things that you may be postponing into the future and that you could already have now, maybe in a different form, even without the financial independence. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you soon.